day. Alright, first fish of the day here. It's got like a weird funky face, but a nice bow. Popped off. The camera gets you can see him real well. Little guy, maybe 8 inches or so. But we're biting. Okay, we got another one. Zing! Another little bullhead. Little white tail looking one.
Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to use the Bendoski buffet to catch a lot more catfish.
There you go, that's the spinner. Number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, here's the little guy.
Okay, just like I mentioned, this video is all about how to catch catfish, specifically bullhead. We went out, we are up in the Rocky Mountains, and we have a couple of lakes that have good catfishing, really good catfishing. And so I will show you how we rig up to go out and catch a ton. I mean, we caught like 20 or 30 of these little bullheads. It was just a super blast. Now you guys know me, I'm Josh Bendoski, founder of BendoskiPowerFishing and home of the BendoskiPowerFishing subscription box, where we put everything that we use. When you see us on our YouTube videos catching thousands and thousands of fish, we put it into this box, about $30 to $35 worth of value for $16.99 a month, shipped straight to your door. So highly recommend you check it out. Now let's get into the video. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you want to see how we catch fish. We try to come out with tons and tons of fishing tips, how to catch trout all throughout the Rocky Mountains, catfish, all the different fish around here. We are trying to bring you guys just a ton of content so that you guys can go out and catch a ton more fish. Now, let me show you how we rigged up. So as you guys know, I've been using velocity rod and reel combos exclusively now, pretty much exclusively. All I use is velocity. Now this is my, you guys are gonna love this. This is my 8'6" Velocity Signature Series Rob. I think it's Chamblin's. He's a friend. He's Jared Johnson's partner. Anyways, but this is the Salmon River Series, 8'6". This thing is a monster, and it is so fun. I love using this. Is probably one of my favorite rod and reel combos for shore fishing, because you can cast it out there, you know, really far, because it's such a good big rod. So I like to use this for catfishing, and then I was also using my other two velocity rod and reel combos. Ian was using my medium action one, and I was using my Jared Johnson Signature Series one. I want to show you this. This is gonna fall down. Hang on a second here. This thing's so big, it's hard to manage. Anyways. So this is the 6'6". This is my go-to rod and reel combo for just about anything. I use this even more than that salmon rod. This is just my go-to because it's 6'6". It's the right size. You know, it's not too big like that one. Can kind of be a handful. But super good rod and reel combos, and they are available on the website BendoskiPowerFishing.com. So check that out. Anyways. On both these setups, what I did was what I call the Bendoski buffet. If you guys have seen some of my other videos, when we're bait fishing, I like to put 3 hooks. This one, one of them popped off, so there's only 2 left on this one. But I use 20-pound braid. Let me just back up and start right there. So, rod and reel combo, 6'6", and then my 8'6". 20-pound braid. I always run 20-pound braid. I like it casts well. It's good for just about all the different types of fish you're going to catch in Utah. It's got enough strength to it. I've got some friends, you know, some of my pro team members, and they really like to use really light line. But I've lost enough fish over the years that I don't prefer to do that. So 20-pound braid is good. And then in this situation, I run straight to a swivel, but we're using a slip weight. In fact, you know, one of my pro team members was the one who showed me this, this slip weight. And the reason that we do that is so that a fish can grab the bait, which we're already running 3 hooks, so we've got a lot of bait on there already, but it doesn't feel the weight of that. This weight will just sit on the rocks or sit on the bottom, and the fish can pull the line, and it doesn't feel that. Now this one's not that big. The other one that I have on my big rod, so I can cast really far, is a much larger weight. Let me show it to you real quick. Probably 3 times. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's not stamped on the side there. I don't know if you can see the difference between those, but this one, because this rod just casts so far. It's if you've got, you know, It's not the most affordable rod, but if you've got, you know, if you like a good rod, this is a really phenomenal salmon rod. Anyway, so that one's just big, so I won't mess with it too much. So what I do is I put on a slip weight, and you can use different sizes. I mean, it just depends how far you want to cast out. It's to a swivel, and I use a uni knot. Uni knot is my favorite fishing knot, and I do have a video on how to tie a uni knot on my YouTube channel. So if you subscribe, or you can just go to my YouTube channel and search for it. I'll try to put it in the description, but sometimes I get, sometimes I don't end up getting it all, because I already put a couple of videos in there. So anyways, I'll try and put it in there. But a uni knot to a swivel. And where we were at is kind of a muddy lake, but anyways, and then I do a fluorocarbon leader. So sometimes, especially if I'm going for trout, it kind of just depends on the situation, but I'll just do a uni knot. I'll skip the swivel. But in this situation where I'm just bait fishing, I go ahead and just throw a swivel on there, and it holds the bullet weight, or the slip weight up here. So, and then I ran to 12-pound fluorocarbon leader. And I use a surgeon's knot, and I have a YouTube video on how to do a surgeon knot. I think, if not, I'll put it on my list of things to make. But a surgeon's knot, and then I snell the first 2 hooks. Now this one only has 2 hooks because one popped off because of a fish. But I snell the first 2, and then I do a uni knot in the 3rd one on the bottom, that's the way that I like to do it. So you got 3 hooks on one line, and in you know, where I'm at in the Rocky Mountains, you always want to check the guidebook, but we are allowed 3 hooks per line and 2 poles. So anyways, that's the setup. Now let me talk about the Bendoski buffet. I've talked about it in some other videos. Maybe you've seen them, maybe not. But what we like to do when we're bait fishing, what I like to do, is put 3 separate types of bait on the hook. So I do a night crawler. Always, I mean, night crawlers are just, they're classic. They're, you know, fish have been eating night crawlers since the beginning of time. So they work, you know, you never know what they're gonna bite, but we always go night crawler. And where we were at in the Rocky Mountains, raw chicken breast usually just does really, really well. I've caught huge, for our area, very large catfish with raw chicken breast. So I always put raw chicken breast, and then inside this body of water, the specific body of water that we were in, we can use white bass. So we cut up a white bass, and we use that as well. So I put 3, and that's what the buffet is all about. That's the reason that we do it, so you can identify quickly what the fish are biting. Because if it hits a night crawler, which was the case, you know, on this trip, is the night crawlers were just, they were slamming the night crawlers. You know, you just never know, and that's why it's always good to pick up, you know, a pack of night crawlers if you're going to do that. We usually do minnows, but in this specific lake, minnows don't work that well. And a lot of the lakes that we go to up here in the Rocky Mountains, minnows are really, really good. But you know, in this body of water, they're not that. I haven't seen them perform that well. But you know, so we'd like to bring a couple of different items, and then you put 3 hooks on. And so let's say they hit a night crawler, which is what happened. And then they hit the night crawler again, and then they hit the night crawler again. And so over time, over the evening, I switched to, I just left 1 piece of raw chicken, maybe catch a bigger catfish, because these were kind of small, but they were still fun. I still like catching them. But night crawlers were the ticket. And so then I started putting more night crawlers, you know, 2 hooks of night crawlers than 1 chicken, and then on my other one, just all night crawlers. And so, you know, the buffet, what it really does, and the best tip for this video, is that it helps you identify what they're biting on, you know, much, much quicker than if you're just gonna throw just a night crawler or just chicken or whatever. So if you put those 3 baits out there, then you get to identify very, very quickly what they're biting, and then you can put more of that on there, and then just keep catching more and more fish. So anyways, that's the tips that I have for you for this catfishing video. You know, use the buffet system, and here's the video.
Okay, all right, first fish of the day here. It's got like a weird funky face, but a nice boat. You don't even barely have a mouth. That is an interesting, crazy looking carp. He didn't even have a mouth, he got a little hole. I don't even know how he survived this long. Crazy looking carp. Weird bug-eyed looking one. Crazy, he can't even open his mouth. Interesting. Okay, bite was a little slow today, so we can see. Wasn't really paying that much attention, he's probably been on there for a minute. Oh, whoop. Nice little bullhead. A bad little guy, look at him. Yeah. This time I got you, pal. Nice. Good sized bullhead. Show the camera here. Strong one too. Nice bullhead on a worm. Bendoski Bay. Not a bad looking fish. Hopefully the camera gets to see him real well. Little guy, maybe 8 inches or so. But they're fighting. Okay, we got another one. Another little bullhead. Little white tail looking one. Look at this guy. Oh yeah. Got himself the worm. Take a look at him. Small guy, but still another fish. Alright. Caught quite a few. Ouch! Yeah, got him. Bleeding now. Another one. Another bullhead, or this one might actually be blue. Yeah, this might be a blue catfish. I'm popping my hat now. Oh yeah. This might be a channel cat. Oh yeah, guys, another one. Simple worm. Oh yeah, baby. Just having fun catching some little catfish. Yep, it's getting hit. Okay. Safe spot. Got him. Still rolling. He seems a little better. Let's see. There we go. He may be the biggest one so far. Nice head on him. Cat's definitely biting. Oh yeah. Whoa. Get up here. Bite. Okay. That's a nice bullhead. Nice. Hey, another release. Pal. Catfish are so strong to stay alive forever. Another one. Just a little bit. Oh, wow. Got him. Here's another one. This is a small one again. Do a release on him for sure. But show him the camera, keep him catfish. Oh yeah. This one I think ate a hook. Oh, there he goes. See ya, buddy. Another one. Another one. Yeah, we've got a lot of bullheads tonight. Okay. Whoa. He's pissed. Another one came to say hi. Hey, bud. We'll throw him back. Of course, all these guys are going back. But we'll get bigger. We'll catch him again.